Our next speaker is Peggy Berger. Peggy is forever grateful for a wonderful life I get to live each day, always seeking. My always seeking spirit has explored many spiritual communities throughout my life. When I found the Lighthouse Center for Spiritual Living in 2017, I filled in the gaps and have come to fully remember who I truly am, forever a child of God. Let's give a warm welcome to Peggy Berger.
I should never have followed Julian. Good morning, everyone. Julian makes me, your talk, thank you, Julian, reminded me why I love teaching. And when I hear you speak, I'm not worried. The future is bright. And thank you for sharing that, because that was just really beautiful. I could just see you, that touchdown. I could just see it. When we selected the reading for today, okay, on earth as it is in heaven, the one line I picked up was, the Spirit within me guides me and directs my path. And I just thought about that for the longest time, is how does that happen? What could I possibly talk about? And it realized that with my family, in my career in education, for over 40 years, goodness gracious, that was a long time, in my personal life, and on my journey in retirement, these words couldn't be more true. The Spirit within me guides me and directs my path. Can I get a tissue? Just excuse me. The Lighthouse Center for Spiritual Living for nearly 2 years has helped me to remember who I am, a spiritual being living a human life. A beautiful, strong lover of life, a spiritual seeker above all else. My journey is to knowing and loving myself fully requires great patience with myself and great fortitude, because I forget. In this community, I sense the heaven we are referencing today, where faith and hope and love abide. Although I know many of you only by name or by a name tag or by your beautiful radiant faces, your energy, your gifts of time and treasure shared in classes or in beautiful Sunday services is where the Spirit lives, thrives in, through, and as each of us. In this heaven, Spirit dwells in everything, everywhere, and in every person. There is no place where Spirit is not. Remembering is all it takes to get back to who we really are. So I need to share a little story with you that I think kind of, I'm going to take off my glasses. No, that's not going to work. Oh my goodness gracious. Okay, I haven't done this long. I have trifocals, for God's sake. Where does it going to land? Okay. So I'm going to share a personal example of a remembering that happened to me just a few months ago by way of a random Facebook message. How heaven shows up, often unknowingly, in the simplest yet most profound ways. In this message, I remembered much about myself, and I think it's pertinent for our conversation today. So the message went like this. A name I didn't recall came up on my message board, and it says, "Are you Mrs. Berger from Portola School?" And I go, "Yes, I am. I'm so glad I found you. I wrote you a letter once in middle school, but I must have had the wrong address. I was in your class around 1995 and had to leave after science camp because my family moved. That's 25 years ago, okay? Even though I was only in your class until October, your style stuck with me. I remember how you taught us sign language because your parents were deaf. I went on to nanny and to work in preschool and taught toddlers sign language to battle tantrums. My own daughter, now 6, and I use ASL to communicate privately in public by her request. I remember you brought a speaker and a microphone to class because we weren't listening as you'd like. An example of an adult taking responsibility, I guess. But you didn't blame us, but I did feel the desire to listen better. You never shamed us, and I remember you empowering us. I brought a Tamagotchi, remember Tamagotchis? To school one day, and it went off in class by accident, and you never embarrassed me about it, but somehow made me want to try better next time. Your grace has made an impression in my life. Your out-of-the-box thinking has popped into my mind over the years and helped me remember that we can be bigger than our problems and we can always ask for help. I teach first graders now at a church, and I'm reminded of you when I find something really cool about a child that is overlooked or deemed to be a challenge. My class sits close to me so that they can feel the love I have for them. They look forward to seeing me the way I remember looking forward to seeing you and seeing what you had to show us. I could go on and on. She learned that from me. I can go on and on too. I just wanted you to know that the ripples of teaching with love and emotional intelligence and grace that you showed me is being passed on to another generation of children, and I thank you. So my divine wisdom, during that really short period of time that I got to have Rachel in my class as my student, was my guide, even without my knowing. And I realized that that spirit of me, my spirit, has always been there, has always guided me. And my heaven on earth is with children, and now my grandchildren, grandnieces and nephews, teaching, learning, and being present in their lives. It's not the curriculum, it's not the strategies, it's not fancy computers, which is the visual things, the earth. It's not the things money can buy, but what money cannot buy. The energy, the feelings, the heaven, the spirit, the joy, brought to any situation that is remembered most, and often for a lifetime.